This is for the Input Box app. It's going to be the text box trail. We're going to click up here on trail. Well, we're in the main program. We're going to advance 9 at a time until we're out of it. Alright, here we're entering subprogram 7. We're no longer in the main program. It's setting X, Y position to 2100, setting the value of L to 80, which we'll learn is 20 times 4. We'll advance 9 more. It sets the number of columns to 20, the number of rows to 10, the font to bold 13 points, does the box text. 123,000 is added to the number of places, indicating that it needs to know the value of L, M, and N, because this is a matrix of text boxes. Each box is 4 characters wide. Starts at click number 100 and goes to click number 299 because there's 200 text boxes. The data is in a page called text data. Now it's going to put the data one at a time into the sort data. It's going to make an entry for each one of these. So here it's going to start a loop for I of 0 and to next I 799, because it can't go to 800. It can go from 0 but never to 800, 4 at a time. 200 times 4 is 800. If it let it do it on the 800th one, there would be 201 times it went around. So it's 799, so it only goes around 200 times. Each time it adds to an entry to the sort data. So it takes 4 characters from the text data that we have each time and builds another sort entry. Well, it's going to do that for the 200 times. Well, I put a halt at the end of this loop so we don't have to go around all those times. We can go up here and say we want to advance to the end of that loop. Alright, here you see it during the loop. Here is the halt we advance to. Now we can go to the next 9 instructions. Well, since they've all been moved, here it does the action called sort. Sort the entries made. Put the number you found in counter, that's how many of them did you find, and put the indexes for each of the 200 in this list called index. Well, it didn't physically sort the entries of text data. Instead, it made a list of the indexes as to which one would be the first, which one would be the second, which one would be the third, which one would be the 200th. And in counter, that's going to be 200, or something's going wrong because we went around the list 200 times and made 200 entries. But now here it's going to subtract 1 from the number of entries it found. Why? Because when it goes around this loop below here, it's going to go from I starting at 0, and then I to the counter 1 at a time. So since it's starting at 0 instead of 1, we have to reduce the counter to 199. So there will be 200 times it goes around. It starts with 0. It sets J to that first index. It may say that the 10th one is the first one. Well, if that's the case, it always has to multiply 4 times what that is to actually get to the offset that we want in J to tell us where the 4 characters are that we want to move into our sorted list. Alright, they're 4 apart. It told us it was number 10, but its offset is 40. So we multiplied 10 times 4 and got this value of J to get the proper one in text data page and move it to the sorted page. Each time it moves one to the sorted page, it adds 4 to K. So they're all 4 apart, moves all 4 characters into the sorted page. Alright, again, this is going to go around 200 times. So I put a halt at the end of this loop so we could simply advance to that halt. Here, I'm advancing to the halt. And here, this is the end of the loop. There's the halt. Now, I'll just advance 9. Now, I see it set Y to 270. Well, that's down here. Doesn't set X because it's going to see the same X as the top list of boxes used. Then it says box T adds 123,000 to the number of places, which is 4. Each one is 4 characters. It doesn't need to give L, M, and N again because it's using the same ones. And it's 0 for the click number because the boxes down here are not clickable. And the page being shown is the page called sorted. So, there they are. Now, this is the end of the input box video about text trail.